Uh, Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all again for this KDCA interactive session. Thank you all for coming and then interacting with uh, budding players of KDCA. It's an attempt to reach out to all the players, coaches, and all the cricket fraternity in Karimnagar District Cricket Association to just get connected and also give some sort of a inputs of what is happening at BCCI level or HCA level, or what they can do at home, or how they can continue to be in touch with cricket and then also improve some skills. So an effort is being made by KDCA in this regard. So this is the third session. We'll continue to do this till such time as we are able to play cricket at the grounds. Let me thank three of our guests who have come here, and also Azmal by once again coming and then sharing and participating in this particular session. We have our birthday boy Shailesh. Shailesh is a very senior cricket associated with the HCA and then very closely associated with cricket team. So he knows the pulse of cricket players very well because he is a video analyst, which he travels along with the team everywhere, wherever our senior team goes, and he gives them various tips and then gives them a lot of suggestions on how to improve their game or what happened or what can happen, especially with different opponent teams, their skills versus our skills and pitch environment. So all the data whichever is available are will be provided by Shailesh, and a very, very important input these days, especially with technology being used so much. So Shailesh participation in with cricket team of HCA is a very, very vital part. So in fact, on his birthday, he's actually come and then participating in this particular session. I profusely thank him for that. Then we have Chaitanya, a physio. I worked in various hospitals and also was a lecturer as a physio, especially for sports physio. When you're a sportsman, when you get injured or when you are, how to keep yourself fit, how to strengthen your muscles, how to strengthen your body, and then how to maintain proper body for to be ready for a game. So all that Chaitanya is expert. He is also officiated as a physio for HCA for various teams. So he'll be able to give you some tips and advice on how to be alert and how to be fit, and when especially when some injury happens, especially on sports. So how do we recover from that quickly? So all those ideas will be given by Chaitanya. And then we have our own evergreen player, Subhash. These players from last 40, 50 years. When I was a child, I used to admire them and see them, watch how to play cricket, especially in those small grounds, the style in which, the elegance with which they used to play at Karimnagar, and but for the opportunities, if the opportunities would have been provided by SCA or BCCI to them, these players would have gone far, far ahead. But all of you know, somehow district cricket is being not so very well taken care by at various levels. So I hope things will change and things will improve. But we have the Subhash who has played for several years and then trained and guided and motivated so many of youngsters like me, who is now in Vijayawada working, but still was very, very happy to come and then in sitting at his friend's place to be in conference with us. Thank you, Subhash. So I just want to take 3-4 minutes to give you some inputs of what actually BCCI does in domestic level. BCCI sends India team as a women's team or under 19 team or under 16 team, under 14, under 23 team abroad to play with various countries. But at domestic level, I just want to tell you that India BCCI domestic season, there'll be about 2,200 games played, 2,200 games played of various categories, be it men or women, be it youngsters like under 19, under 16, under 23, or senior, all put together about 2,200 matches will be played. Just to give you basic statistics, we have type of tournaments we have. We have Dilip Trophy. Normally, season starts in BCCI around July, August. That is when the season starts. BCCI tournaments start July, August. Now, with all this COVID, we don't know what is going to happen for this season. But let me just give you some basic idea of what type of tournaments. We have Dilip Trophy, we have Vijay Hazare Trophy. Dilip Trophy is only played with 4 teams, 4 matches. But Vijay Hazare is a one-day tournament. It's like a mini Ranji. Vijay Hazare tournament, they play about 160 matches, 37 teams play. And we have a elite A, B, C, D groups. So they divide 9, 9, 10, 9. Like that, all the teams are divided. 37 teams play. And then we have the other trophy. Again, 2 teams play. You have Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, which is actually T20 tournament of BCCI. And there also 37 teams play, where we have 5 groups there, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7. Then we have a Ranji Trophy, about 160 matches played, 37 teams play. And they are also divided into Elite A, B, C, D. There 9, 9, 10, 9 teams are divided into 4 groups. Then you have Irani Trophy. So they're all for men's senior people. Then for men's under 23, we have men's under 23 one-day league, where about 151 matches are played. This again about 36 teams play. And we have Kalnan C.K. Naidu Trophy. It's a multi-day, like it's a 3-day, 4-day type of a tournament. It's again 36 teams play. We have 4 groups, 9, 9, 9, 9. Then we have a inter-university tournament called Visi Trophy, where the university champions from South, Central, North, they go on to play at Visi Trophy level. Then we have men's under 19 tournaments called Vinu Manka Trophy, where 35 teams play. Men's under 19 one-day challenger, where again about 7 teams play. Then we have Coach Bihar Trophy for under 19, where about 143 teams play, and they divide into 35. Then we have men's under 16 Vijay Merchant Trophy, where about 97 matches are played. So these are all. Then we have South Zone under 14 tournament, where 7 teams participate, about 24 matches play. So all these tournaments, they're all men. Then when it comes to women, we have women's senior team playing about 136 matches, 36 teams. They are divided into 5 teams, 5 groups, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7 groups. Then we have senior women's T20 trophy, Challenger Trophy, Challenger Trophy, only 7 matches are played. Then we have senior women's one-day Challenger, one-day league, where about 36 teams play. Then we have under 23 T20 league, again about 36 teams play. There again 135 matches are played. When it comes to women's under 23, we have women's under 23 T20 league, 135 teams play. Then we have women's under 23 Challenger Trophy. Then women's under 23 one-day league, again 151 matches played, 36 teams play. Then we have women's under 23 one-day Challenger Trophy. Then it comes to women's under 19, we have women's under 19 T20 league, where 128 matches play. Women's under 19 one-day league, 143 matches are played with 35 teams. Then we have IPL, where 8 teams, 60 matches are played. So all these about 2,200 matches, BCCI funds every penny. They send, they have venues, they have accommodation, they give you flight charges, they give you remuneration, and there's a team of about 20, 21 team of for each, including players, officials like Shailesh, video analyst, many other coaches, including physio, including even master also. All these are provided to each team, and they're very well taken care of with first-class flights, going by flight and coming by flight in about 3 to 5-star hotel accommodation, high remuneration. So all these matches are funded totally by BCCI, and that is how they actually select various levels of players. Selectors will go to all these venues and see, and also all these venues are selected by BCCI as per the standards of BCCI standards, which have an anti-corruption unit set up, where a player should not get into any touch with any spectator or any other outsider, and no cell phone is allowed. It is totally, as per the international rules and regulations and BCCI rules and regulations, all these matches are played. So BCCI also takes care that, these particular matches are played in a proper professional manner without any obstruction or without any corruption, without any involvement of any outsiders. So that is what Indian domestic tournament are done at BCCI level. So just to give you a little bit of information of how BCCI conducts domestic tournament in India, I wanted to tell you. Now I go to Subhash. Subhash is our KDCA player and KDCA backbone. So I want him to share some of his experiences of his old days. Over to Subhash. Subhash should unmute his sound.
Hello. Is it audible? Is it audible?
Yeah. Now it is audible. Tell me.
Oh, good morning, Agam, and convey my regards to your father, Kondalrao Sahab, and our godfather, Jagpatrao Sahab. And we're all very happy that Jagpatrao Sahab is still active and running a business in Karimnagar and all. So it was 1976. My father was a central access assistant collector in Karimnagar. So we came to Karimnagar and joined in AP Market as a senior assistant, and started our Jagan Mohan Rao was our colleague at that time. So he was also in Market, and there was a tournament sponsored by Sports Center in Karimnagar in 1976 January. So I was just talking to Jagan Mohan Rao whether cricket is played in Karimnagar. So we used to play as a Shivaji Club team, and Karimnagar was our captain, and Manmohan and some others name was there. Anup was the stalwart at that time. So Anup played league cricket in Hyderabad and came to Karimnagar. So we started a tournament starting from January first week or second week, participated by about 12 teams. So that was the starting of the cricket in Karimnagar. Then we thought of making a association, for district association, where there was no district association at the time, and there were no facilities. Just Jagan Mohan Rao used to bring all cricket new balls and give it to the team. So he spent his own money and worked like anything for developing the cricket in Karimnagar. So anyway, we won the tournament. Fortunately, our all Shivaji Club A team, B team, two teams have participated. One team, Shivaji Club won the, so Pedapalli team was there. Vasant Nagar team was a very strong team, and they have also participated in that. Then the interest in cricket started. So we started establishing. Hello.
Yeah, you can hear.
Establishing cricket association. So we went to our godfather Jagpatrao Sahab and requested him to be a honorable president for this association. And there were no funds. We used to give funds, donate some 10 rupees, 20 rupees like that at that time. And bring a association called Karimnagar Cricket Association and affiliated with the Hyderabad Cricket Association. Man Singh was the president or secretary. Some SC association. Myself and Jagan Mohan Rao went there, registered our name, registered our association, and it was the starting point. So from 76 to 88, I was there in Karimnagar, and then transferred to East Godavari, Kakinada, and went there. So from that day, I played in East Godavari up to 45 years. So with Bhaskar Ramoti, state players. So we used to bring a district tournament every year. So in 76 we have started. 77 we won the district tournament of 9 districts. Warangal was the strongest team at that time. So we bet them convincingly and won the trophy. So it was the starting point, and Ramarao was youth coordinator at that time, given some equipment, cricket bats, balls, everything, and then started cricket. So afterwards, one Mr. Srinivas Raj, son of chartered accountant, he the young cricketer at that time. He was about 14 years. I thought that he will definitely play for Hyderabad team, but unfortunately, he could not make it. Afterwards, one Mr. Rangarao of Bommakal, he has also very good player. I was there up to 88 and played combined district 11 in the A Division League. and participated and made very well. Anyway, I don't have any idea about present cricketers. I wish them best of luck, and my dream is one of the Karimnagar cricketers should play for Ranji Trophy and more. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Subhash. Thank you very much, and very happy to hear your voice. Very happy to know that you are. I know, but other players also know that you guys are the people who started this association and developed it into what we are today. Thank you very much. And may I request birthday by Shailesh to tell about the video analyst activities, his activities, and how the players can benefit from whatever analysis he does or he suggests. Over to Shailesh.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Agam Rao, and all the delegates of Karimnagar Cricket Association, the players, and all participating in this interactive session. I hope it is interactive. Maybe I could hear some players, because I might ask a few things to them. I'm sure, because I have not followed your earlier videos. Okay, let me start. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I've done my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya, and I've been a basketball state player. Cricket was never my hobby, and cricket was never there in my blood. But fortunately, unfortunately, my father made me to move away from basketball. He asked me to quit basketball, and then he pushed me into cricket, wherein my school did not help me to get into cricket, because I, being a state player, they said, no, you already cricket is full, you have to be in basketball. So I had to give up sports in my schooling days itself. That is in my 9th and 10th standard. Much later, because of a force and push, I came into cricket, and that's how I'm into cricket, basically. Since I'm not a state player, but I had always the passion of doing or being close to cricket, which made me take up the video analyst for the BCCI. Otherwise, what happens if you are a cricket player who's represented the state, you get to be a selector or anything related to cricket. Since I did not play cricket for state, the only thing was to get into the support. So this is the 13th year I'm a video analyst for BCCI as well as the HCA. Whenever I get an opportunity to, usually I am with the BCCI, but last 3 to 4 years I've been doing matches for the state senior team. So that is about it. And coming to the course, probably my profession, it's a very, very important part of cricket. Each and every aspect of cricket comes from the video analysis itself. I'll tell you what my role is and how it is done. The entire season, especially the Ranji season, which I'm with the team for the last for 3 to 4 years, it is done in the span of 6 months, like Mr. Agam Rao just said. Our season is for almost 6 days, Ranji, one-day matches, and T20. But there is a lot of traveling, lot of homework which goes into this. There is pre-season, post-season. Pre-season, we collect the videos, we go and shoot the videos of the players to help them out so that they can come and spend time to see where they are going wrong. We sit with the coaches, with the bowling coaches, batting coaches, fielding coaches. Different aspects is shared with the players, the coaches. That's how it goes on. But coming to matches, my role again, before the matches, I collect the data from the opposition team, sit with the coaches, we segregate all. The bowling is segregated, batting is segregated, fielding is not covered, only batting and bowling is done. So how the wickets, the fallen of wickets, or what are the boundary scoring balls, what are the balls where before the match day or 2 days before, and we show them, how do you get a batsman out, or what are the bowlers, what is the stock ball for an off spinner or a leg spinner, what is his strength, what is his weakness. And the same thing happens with our batting also. The moment our match is over, we sit with the players and show them their videos. They will come and sit and ask what are their weaknesses, where did they fail, what are the boundary scoring balls, or where they can develop, what is the changes they can do to their technique. Like for example, recently we had a match against Delhi, and we lost the match, unfortunately. but that is because of the conditions. It was almost 2 degrees, and we are not used to playing in 2 degrees. We sit in what 16, 18 degrees in Hyderabad. What happened was our bowlers were bowling to the batsmen, and most of the time our people were bowling to wicket. They were not able to get the wickets. The Delhi team scored more than 500 runs. We sat down and discussed, what is it that we are going wrong? Where are we going wrong? I showed them, I showed them the videos of Ishan Sharma, who was also playing. Almost around 5 Indian players were there in the Delhi team, Gautam Gambhir and all these people. Ishan Sharma is an example. He never, if there are any fast bowlers in the Karimnagar, this is a tip to you. He never attacks the batsman. It's a 4-day game. He never attacks the batsman. He will keep probing the batsman. He's got a very immaculate line length. He keeps probing in and out outside the off stump. He bowls bouncers. He doesn't bowl the ball to the wicket. That is where he gets wickets. In one end, he used to keep bowling to them, and making sure that they commit mistakes or they don't play. On the other side, the opposite bowler, he starts hitting the wicket. In this match, the other bowler who was bowling opposite of Ishan Sharma, he got close to 6 wickets. Ishan Sharma picked up only 2 wickets. The lesson here is one bowler is probing, the other is attacking. This all I could communicate to the team, and thereon, when we started playing with the other teams, we started to, we did not win enough matches, but then yes, that was the learning, and this was only possible because of the analysis which I have provided to them. So the same way, even batting. Now, for example, this year, thanks to since we do not do very well, but I do not know if you are aware of one player by the name B. Sandeep. This is again for batters. See, again, the batsman should know what is your strength and what is your weakness. All this can happen when you have, during your match or during your practice, you should always come down and jot down points. I don't know whether you got a video analyst in Karimnagar or not. If not, you always you need to do this. Make notes as what is your weakness. What are the balls you're not able to play? Sit with the coach, talk to them, and make sure those balls are bowled to you during the nets. And this is what I used to do, get the videos of these players and help them out. B. Sandeep has mastered that art. He wanted to know what is his strength and what is his weakness. He has not done very well this time in Ranji Trophy, but believe me, his strength is power hitting. His strength is scoring runs. He has done tremendously well during the Mushtaq Ali tournament, and he was one of the top scorers of the entire, all the teams. For Hyderabad, the strength what he had was he would come to the nets, start scoring runs, and he would just bang, but then he used to consume 1 or 2 balls and then start into his act of scoring. His target for the team was to bat for the last 6 or 7 overs. His role was to get in at that time and go for runs. His strike rate was more than 250 this time for the Hyderabad team. He was the only person, I think he's in the top 3 of the strike rate and also the runs, due to which today he has been selected to play for Sunrisers. He's selected purely because of, he knew what is his strength. He understood what he can do. It was not getting him anywhere. For the last 5 to 6 years, he's been playing for Hyderabad. He's knocking at the doors, but he's not able to, go above Hyderabad, either to South Zone. Then he analyzed, he sat with the coach and he's seen the videos. Then we helped him to work out so that he can, get somewhere. Now, see, most of the coaches who have seen him, Sunrisers, he's gone to almost all the franchises. They called him to see at how he bats and all. He was almost there for 3 to 4 franchises, but Sunrisers had already picked him and made sure that, he plays for Sunrisers. Believe me, he is one guy to watch out for. He gets a chance to play for Sunrisers. He will definitely make it to Indian team, that to T20. He has got skills to score all parts of the ground. You bowl him anywhere. You bowl him a bouncer, he will hook you. You bowl him on his pads, he will kill the ball. On the offside, he hits a 6 on the square of the wicket. That, these are the skills. As a batsman, you need to identify where you can develop yourself, whether it is a 3-day game or a 4-day game or a 1-day game or a T20. Since you are youngsters, I'm sure you have to, get accustomed to all sorts of strokes. But again, for a batsman, it is always better you make notes of yourself, keep making notes so that you will know what is your strength and what is your weakness. Strength is always going to be there, but weakness is where you need to work on. There are a few aspects which I would like to share other than my video analysis. See, first and foremost, as a cricketer, you need to be very disciplined, which is most important. When a coach gives you certain time that you have to be there, you have to be there. Never never ever miss the training session. That is, the coach asks you to run for 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, you need to do that. Then a little bit of fitness, and that into the cricket activities. I'm sure since now you people are in the because of the lockdown, you are not getting any opportunity to go. But I'm in interaction with most of the state players. Even today, they ask me for videos. I keep sending them the videos. B. Sandeep, and there are a couple more players who are going to the nets. They are not going for nets where everybody is playing, but they are going to the nets where there is a bowling machine and a couple of bowlers who keep bowling to him. He's been practicing even in this scenario. I do not know how is it in Karimnagar, whether you have those facilities or not, but you can definitely, I'm sure because of social distancing, you cannot go as a group. But if 2 or 3 people, if it is possible, I'm sure Agamrao Garu, this is a input which I would like to give. You can maybe take it up with the district people how they can help these people. So if there is anything, if anybody would like to ask.
I think Shailesh, I'll just leave the questions for the end. I think the interaction can happen in the end in case there are any questions. Thank you very much, Shailesh. Thanks a lot. On your birthday, you're coming and sharing your experiences. Azmal bhai, आप थोड़ा कुछ ज्ञान दे सकते हैं? Azmal bhai, you have to unmute. You have to unmute your thing.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank Agamrao sir for inviting me for this video conferencing, and I would like to first wish the birthday boy Sailesh happy birthday, and God bless it with much more happiness and good future. And the way he has talked and explained the role of a video analyst is something I have noted down, and I have learnt a lot of things from him. So I hope the Karimnagar boys and coaches also will learn a lot of things from what he has shared his experience, which was very fantastic. Yes, discipline is very important, and all the details what you have given, Mr. Agamrao, regarding the matches which are conducted by BCCI, that was also very, very informative. We should know how BCCI operates. We should know how HCA operates. Everyone should know everything. That is what is knowledge. So I would once again thank Sailesh for sharing such very good experiences about his video analyst, and Mr. Agamrao sir also. And last week also we had a very good session with Shivaji, a very senior player. But this time I have come with a different role, as I had promised Agam Saab. This time I am coming out with a different role as an anti-corruption officer of BCCI. Can I start with some guidelines and protocols of BCCI anti-corruption, which I would like to talk with all the students and officials?
Yes.
Thank you, Agamrao sir. Right now, the BCCI and ICC have come out with certain guidelines which have been framed, and it is zero tolerance to corruption. I would like all of them who are listening to please listen very carefully, because it is a very, very important session. It's a class which all the officials and all the cricket players and all the coaches have to listen, and it is a compulsory thing for all the state matches nowadays. Starting from under 16 to Ranji Trophy, we cover up all the domestic matches for anti-corruption, and an anti-corruption officer is appointed by BCCI, a local anti-corruption officer, that is myself, Ajmal Asad. We are qualified for that, and Mr. Ravi, he is another person who is qualified. He was supposed to join today, but because of some problem with the phone, he was not able to join. He said he'll join later, and Mr. T. Shamsundar also is a member over here.
Gadavik.
Let me start with this. There are certain protocols which all the match officials and the players have to follow. I would like to ask one thing. In any state match or any international match, I'm getting some disturbance, Agamrao sir. Can you ask him to unmute? This boy who has come. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Can you hear me now? Agamrao sir, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. Asman sir, we can hear you. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
can we start then?
Yeah, you can continue. Sir, please continue.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a area which is marked by the officials, by the match referee, which is called as the PMOA area. That is the players match officials area. In any cricket match, which is an international match or a domestic match, the heart of the match is the PMO area. What is that area? That covers the two dressing rooms, the match official and the match referee room, and the dining area where all the officials have their breakfast and lunch and tea. So that is a very restricted area, and only those people who are match players and who are officials who have been accredited with the PMO card are only allowed to come inside that area. So what we do is, before the start of the match, we interact with all the players and we interact with all the local managers of the team, and we take down the photos of all the players and the officials, and we make headshots. And we make headshots and we display all the headshots on all the entry and exit points of the PMO area, which is very, very important. And the other thing is, we take a class of all the children and the officials, that before they come onto the ground, as they come to the ground, they have to surrender all their mobile phones, switch off their mobile phones, and hand it over to the local manager. Once the manager receives all the mobile phones, he deposits that into the safe deposit lockers, and everything is switched off. No person will carry any mobile phone inside the PMO area. Only the local manager who is there along with the team will have the mobile phone on with him, and that too on a silent mode. Whenever it is an emergency or he needs to contact someone for official duty, only he is allowed to use that. Other than that, there will be no other person who will be allowed to use any mobile phone or any landline or any internet inside. Internet facilities will be given to the manager, as he has to correspond with the BCCI for internet facilities, like sending mails and getting another itinerary. All those things it will be allowed. Other than that, no other person will be allowed. And the local manager, whoever is the manager of the visiting team and the home team, they have to collect the entire data of the boys, the player's name, with the mobile phone and with the email ID, which they have to submit to the anti-corruption officer as before the toss. And once they submit the entire data, that data will be there for the entire match. It is 1-day match, T20 match, 3-day match, or 4-day match. The entire data will be there. Headshots will be pasted at all the entry points by the officer, and all the local associations or the BCCI matches, whoever is conducting, the accreditation cards for all the players and officials will be made by them, so that when they enter the dressing rooms, all of them will display their cards and come inside. Once inside the PMO area, you don't have to display your card. You can keep it in your bag. But when you enter the stadium, when you enter the dressing rooms, when you enter the PMO area, your accreditation cards have to be visible, so that the anti-corruption officer will have a check. Who are the people coming inside? Are the right people? The headshots are there or not? So that is one of the main reason why we say that when you come inside, please display your card. And the other persons, like, you will ask, sir, if we need a doctor, if we need we have some problem in electricity, or we have some problem in the toilets for plumbers, the anti-corruption officer is always there, and he has got visiting passes over there. The manager can ask the anti-corruption officer for any emergency of doctor or electrician or any other sanitary problem or anything is there. You can please ask. And always we display all the hotline numbers also inside the dressing rooms and the PMO area. Any problem, any person trying to approach you or anything, the hotline number is there. First contact us, the local liaison officers. After that, we can call the hotline number also and inform. So please be aware, please don't interact when you are there in the PMO area with any person outside the PMO area, because that is a very restricted area and a very secured area. So we have to be very, very careful, because what happens at the end of the day, the anti-corruption officer sends a very confidential report to the BCCI anti-corruption officer. So we have to be very careful, and we have to see to it that we follow this. And this protocol is being followed by BCCI and ICC for all state matches and all T20 matches which are conducted by BCCI or state matches. So please kindly, this is the basic principles which the guidelines which I've been telling to everyone. I hope that you will all follow the guidelines. It is of very help to everyone. And thank you very much, Agam Rahul.
Thank you, Ajmal Bhai. Thank you, Ajmal Bhai. Thank you very much. It's very, very important information, especially when you all will be wondering when you go and play at various tournaments, how people can interact, whether they can go and talk to your parent or your friend, or you go out as you like, or how this whole matches are being conducted. This 2,200, 2,300 matches of BCCI. Every match, all these protocols are being followed strictly by BCCI. That is the reason all these matches have that level of credibility, and that is the reason they are called official matches. So now I go over to Chaitanya. Chaitanya has been waiting for the past 40 minutes. He is a physio, and then he is going to give you very, very important tips, especially when you are sitting at home and when you are thinking about what is your future in sports. So Chaitanya will give you a good advice to you. Over to Chaitanya. Chaitanya, you unmute.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Morning, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah.
Morning, sir. Morning, everybody. Morning, President Agam, sir, and respected interactive members in this interactive session. So myself, I am Chanakya. I'm a physiotherapist, and I was being with the HCA past 2 years, and myself. Physiotherapy plays a very important role in the cricketer and in the cricket field. And importantly, what is physiotherapy? And the role of physiotherapy is when when an injury occurs, only physiotherapy enters is generally we know, but injuries can be prevented, and this prevention process starts from the very first line of the player. And any session, it can be a match or it can be any practice session. And these sessions should be started with a warm up, basic warm up, because warm up helps the players targeted areas, muscles and bones, where to bring the all nutrients and where we have all the proper minerals to the target area and prepare the player to perform any actions. Okay, so warm up plays an important role. Fine. Then after any session, any match, the player needs to perform the cooling down as well. The cooling down, the importance of the cooling down is to wash out the metabolites, any acids or any waste products after the activity, or it is a game or it is any training session. So the player must focus on the warm up and as well cooling down and stretchings to prevent any injuries. Okay, and coming to the other thing is muscle soreness. Any player who faces the muscle soreness is important, and in this we have two types. One is acute muscle soreness, the other is delayed muscle soreness. The acute muscle soreness comes within 24 hours of the activity, and the delayed muscle soreness will be seen after 24 hours to 72 hours after the activity. So how to face this muscle soreness and how to deal with the muscle soreness is very important. And acute muscle soreness we face with the icing. And delayed muscle soreness is the player will experience the soreness after the activity, and it is like what I said, is after 24 hours to 72 hours. So how to deal with the soreness is important, because firstly we need to maintain light activity after the day of game or after the day of heavy activity. So we need to give the proper hydration and proper electrolytes to the player. And after that, If still it persists, we can take lemon and haldi and turmeric, and I can explain in Telugu as well. Pasupu, nimmakai, and for the warm water. We need to take all these things. These helps to relieve from the soreness. Okay. So apart from the muscle soreness, other things the player faces recovery. The muscle recovery means if the player is forced with a strain or any activity like game of a match of 1 day or a match of 2 days, so it a muscle needs to recover for next session or for a next match. So the recovery plays a very important role. So to recover from the previous strain, we need to give a proper rest and proper sleep. Recovery needs rest, sleep, and uh, muscle relaxations. Like muscle relaxations include muscle rolling. The players we use a roller, which is a foam roller or a hard roller. So we need to roll the muscle to recover from the any metabolite. Same, we have after any activity, we need to recover from the waste products like acids and metabolites, which are after use, which comes in the body. They need to be washed out. Okay, so muscle rolling also helps in proper circulation. Okay, and sleep, amount of sleep is important. Every player should not neglect the sleeping hours. Like it is minimum 6 to 8 hours of sleep, because during the sleep, there it helps to recover the body and helps to recover with the hormonal balances and everything. Okay, so and recovery is one part, and one thing is strength. The, every player should focus on the strength aspects, because to regain the strength of the muscles and a group of muscles, every to participate in an activity, we need a group of muscles to contribute to the activity, like running or jumping or like anything. We need all group of muscles to be alert and contributing to the player. And for example, fast bowlers are there. Fast bowlers need to maintain proper strength in the core and proper strength in the calf muscles and proper glutes, and every group of muscles you need to strengthen properly to participate in any activity. Okay, so these are the precautions to be taken to prevent any injury, which is internal and which is like within the body. We maintain our own strength, but some injuries we face from outside, which are called as impact injuries. So it can be a hit by ball, it can be a hit by bat, or it can be hit by between two players. And sometimes even the player during a fielding activity or during any keeping activity, a player may hit the ground. So these are all impact injuries or external injuries. So these external injuries sometimes include bleeding. So it can be a heavy bleeding or it can be minor bleeding. So first of all, the player or any like helping nearby players should stop the bleeding. If the bleeding is severe, you should contact the doctor. If the bleeding is minor, you can apply a mild pressure on the area, so that the blood stops by itself and clots. And sometimes the bleeding cannot be outside. You cannot see any blood outside, but there is a bleeding inside, and it can be called as a bruises or something. Those need we have those to be handled very easily. We can apply ice pack or any icing helps to stop the bleeding, or it helps to deal with the injury. Okay, so an impact injuries and injuries. If you see injuries, it can be to the muscle, it can be to the ligaments, it can be to the bones. So any injury like to the bone, we need to first check the movement or any movement by loading, like walking. If it is to the legs, you can start walking, or you can start moving in and around. If you still feel the pain, the pain is not able to tolerate, or it is unbearable pain, you need to rush to the doctor. And if it is like any muscle movement, during the movement, if you feel any pain, it can be a muscle tear, or it can be a muscle pull. Or a tear means it is not a tear. Tears are categorized into different tiers, like grades. We have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. and it depends on the injury. We need to respond like depending on the pain or depending on inability to do the activity. You can categorize this pain, and if it is unbearable, you need to rush to the doctor. Okay, and these are the muscle injuries, and sometimes the joints also get injured. The joints contains of joint capsules, and they have ligaments. Ligaments are the things which connect from bone to bone. The ligament injuries are very painful with the players, because ligament injuries occur when unusual movements like jumping and twisting. Twisting movements will occur. Jumping and twisting movements will cause ligament injuries. So these ligaments are mostly we see in the knee joints. ACL is a very popular ligament we hear, and like these ligaments also get sprained, and these are also categorized into grades, and depending on the intensity of the hurt. And these ligaments can be we can check with the movement. If you are able to do the movements, it is fine. Or on strain, you need to on strain sometimes it pains, and sometimes only a few movements also you cannot do, and those unbearable movements you need to rush to the doctors. Okay. So the ligament injuries are tough to recover. If it is partial tear or if it is minor tear, we can always deal with icing and proper physiotherapy and proper strengthening activities. But if it is a complete tear, we may need surgical interventions. So, and any bone injuries or any ligament injuries, first of all, we need to rush to the doctor, and then if you are going by yourself, you need to check for X-rays. X-ray will show how what happened to the bone. Is there any fractures? Okay. So then, if it is not any fracture, it's fine. Sometimes there is soft tissue injuries. Soft tissue injuries cannot be seen in X-rays. We need to get MRIs done. In the MRI, we can find the soft tissues, like what I said is muscle injury or any ligament injury. We can find out in the MRI. Okay, if it is a minor grade, we can take rest and proper physiotherapy, and we can back to game. But if it is a major, sometimes we need surgical interventions for these kinds of injuries. And we discuss internal injuries and we discuss external injuries. But there are some injuries you get pain after the end of the game, or like you get pain after starting the warm-ups. And these injuries are called overuse injuries. These overuse injuries are generally seen in uh, fast bowlers or keepers who keep on using a single group of muscle, repeated actions, and without proper rest. So these overuse injuries also we have proper grades, proper levels of injury, because some like according to the symptoms, like say grade 1 is you get the pain after the end of the session, like after the end of the game. You get pain, and on the next day after taking rest, it gets normal. It can be as grade 1. And grade 4 is like if you start like even you cannot do your daily activities, you cannot move, you cannot walk, and these can be considered as grade 4 injuries. And these are all called overuse injuries. Overuse injuries, you will not get any tear or you will not get any damage, but the muscle is not ready, or is not ready to take the strain further, uh, further to any game or any activity. Even you cannot jump, you cannot walk sometimes. And in this category, we can see a fast bowler getting hamstring pain, and this is because of weakness. Hamstring, for running activities, we need uh, running activities, we need hamstring strength, but hamstring need to be supported by gluteal muscles. So like this, we have a group of muscles supporting group of muscles, and that we need to concentrate. And if you're like, sometimes there is a the cause is somewhere and the pain is somewhere, and the cause nothing but there is a weak gluteal muscles, you get hamstring pain. There is a weak gluteal muscles, you get back pain. So we need to focus on strengthening properly, and you need to take the advice from physio at this time, and proper strengthening to be done to the particular group of muscles. But you cannot where the pain is not seen in real sense. Okay, so these are the different injuries how you need to approach, and every injury, how to deal with injuries. And we have acute, and the injuries also types. We have acute injury, one is chronic injuries, and any acute injuries within a week or within days can be considered as acute injuries. For those type of injuries, we can easily deal with these injuries by applying ice and any sprays. Okay, ice is a very wonderful thing. Application of ice needs to be learned. Ice is to be only applied for 10 to 15 minutes, not beyond that. Any icing 10 to 15 minutes is okay, but beyond 15 minutes will cause opposite of the effect, and this need to be considered. These points to be remembered. If you are any problem, if you are applying ice, you need to apply for 10 to 15 minutes, not beyond that. If you can apply after a break of 10 to 15 minutes, then and again 10 minutes, and depending on the injury or depending on the uh, pain you get, you can apply ice several times a day for days as well. And any chronic injuries, you have any old pains, then in those cases you can apply heat or heating, like you can apply warm packs or any hot water, like hot water towels. And sometimes cramps, we have different these things. Cramps you can apply heat, and that is moist heat. Moist heat can be applied. Cramps is generally seen in calf muscles, sometimes quadriceps. So these cramps occurs only because there is no proper washing out of metabolites. In those during those times, you need to apply proper hot water, like hot water compressions. You can use towels, these turkey towels, to compress on those areas to deal with the cramps. And so what we deal is different injuries, are external injury and internal injury, and some are overuse injuries. So these three types of categories we see. So for all these also, you need to maintain proper nutritions, like proper minerals and plankton. Like we have bananas, proper fruit, and banana is a good fruit. We can relieve from the muscle, any muscle soreness. Banana is good to fight with, like that. So coming to proper physiotherapy, is it is strength and recovery, and uh, stretchings. Like muscle need to be in a proper length, so that it can perform its action. And stretching plays a very important role, and proper hydrations. That's all. Like physiotherapy, like. And then coming to the strength, a different group of muscles need to be strengthened properly before any game, or in between also, like in between a session, you need to get your strength programs done. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Janikya. Thank you very much. Very, very informative, very nice. Wonderful to have you here, and then, give a very nice way of telling all the injury uh, things which, wherever you need to take precautions, and then what type of sports injuries you can get. Thank you very much. And then I have one of our coach, Varun. You are there? Varun, are you there? Did I see Varun here?
Sir, no, sir.
No? Okay. So anyone has any questions to be asked before we wind up? I think just check up with any of the, or any KDC official is around?
Yes, sir. Sukumar sir is there, sir.
Sukumar is there? Okay. Sukumar, welcome. Sukumar, you have anything to say? ఏమైనా చెప్పేది ఉందా? అన్మ్యూట్ చేయాలి, అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకో, అన్మ్యూట్ చేయాలి, వాయిస్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయి. వినబడుతుంది, చెప్పు. వాయిస్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయాలి నువ్వు. I think Sukumar voice వినబడతలేదు. Welcome, Sukumar. Anyone else have any questions?
Good morning, sir. Sir, good morning.
చెప్పండి, అడగండి.
Sir, Honorable Karimnagar District Assistant President, Sri Agam Rao sir, and respected dignitaries and my dear players. Sir, I have one doubt, sir. So, Chanakya sir. Chanakya sir.
అడగండి.
Sir, actually, while playing cricket my students got meniscus pain, sir. Meniscus pain and LCL grade 2 tear, sir, for illegal movement, illegal steps, sir. So, how they will recover, sir? Meniscus tear, some people got meniscus tear, sir, and some people got LCL grade 2 tear, sir. They did MRI. So, doctor said that partial meniscus tear. And some another player got LCL, sir, LCL grade 2 tear. How they will recover? I suggest that people to do swimming, sir.
Yes.
For strengthening that muscle.
Meniscus. Okay. So meniscus, coming to meniscus. Meniscus is a shock absorber.
Sir.
Can you hear me, sir? Meniscus is a shock absorber. It is like a suspension in our body. Okay. First of all, we suggest him to wear proper shoes. Okay. Which can help him to avoid the ground reaction forces, like good cushioning shoes. Okay. By that he can maintain some movement, and you can suggest swimming is a good thing. Swimming, as you suggested, swimming is a good thing. And coming to LCL, if it is because LCL is a ligament, it's a lateral collateral ligament. Okay, so it can be recovered by medication, proper medication. It can be it can be reattached, because as you said, it is a partial tear. It is not complete tear. If it is a complete tear, you need to go for surgery. Because it is a partial tear, we can manage with a proper strengthening. See, it is a knee joint, no? So we need to consider on strengthening about quadriceps and hamstrings. Both need to be strengthened regularly. We call VMOs, vastus, VMOs. We got a ball which is the size of a handball. Can you hear me, sir?
You can hear. Yeah.
Sir. Yes, sir. It is size of handball. Put it under your knee to do the knee extensions, and to increase the strength, we can add weight cuffs to the ankle.
Okay, sir.
And proper knee muscle strengthening and calf strengthening need to be done. Then swimming is a good thing. After, like, if he is not complaining any pain, you can start with the cycling.
Cycling.
After swimming, you can do with cycling.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
And proper knee strengthening.
Sir.
Okay.
Ritvik is there. Ritvik, you have any question?
Sir, no, sir. I'm clear with all.
You are clear with everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else has any question? Okay. Shailesh, thank you very much for coming and participating. Very, very thanks. Happy birthday once again. Celebrate your birthday today. And Ajmal Saab, once again, thank you very much, Saab. Especially the anti-corruption tips you are given is very, very good. And then Chanakya, thank you very much. In the last minute, I should also thank Papal Rao for referring you. Thanks a lot for coming over. And I don't know whether Subhash is still around. Subhash bhai, thank you. We'll be in touch. Let us hope that you contribute more to KDCA in future.